Great question here about irons from the ground or from the tee. It's a continuation of a video I did talking about iron swing and driver swing and how they are different disciplines. So when it comes to hitting lofted irons or medium to lofted irons from the ground or from the tee, what you're going to find, the better players tend to blend them. So they tend to make them pretty much the same, even to the point where even on a teeing ground, they might think about just putting it on the ground. Like they won't tee it up. Now for that Jack Nicklaus statement that was fine, where, you know, use the tee if you can, it's an advantage that people want to really hold on to, and that's cool. Like that, I mean, I would say it is an advantage for lots of people putting it on a tee, so, you know, it's a fair and good statement. When it comes to irons though, you're going to be teeing it like so low, and one of the big problems I do see amateurs tee their irons up, like in the air. You know, like on little red tees. And this is now where we see a bit of a problem. When I used to teach beginners a lot, I got them off the tee straight away with irons. I very rarely allowed them to hit the ball on a tee because it's not the discipline they want to be practicing with that club. And from the start, if you practice him with a ball teed up with a lofted iron, I mean, I don't feel like I'm going to hit down at this very well. I feel like, well, basically I'm going to try and hit down, but I'm going to raise everything up. So I'm going to adjust to that tee, which I don't want to do, but that's how I would play this. And what you see lots of amateurs doing is burying the club in the ground. It's the top of the club, doesn't go anywhere. And then even developing almost slightly upward angle of attacks with an iron because the ball's in the air like it is with a driver. And then you put the ball on the ground, they just cannot hit it. So try and get used to lofted irons hitting from the ground as much as possible. And also try and get used to the feeling, if you are teeing it up, put it really low, like literally so the ball, you know, if the tee is really, let's go this way around, if the tee is really, you know, level to the ground really well, you might get it a bit low on the face, so you might tee it up a little bit. We're already putting it there on the face. We don't want to be teeing it up where it's anywhere above this centre line, and barely into the centre line, to be fair, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be coming down. If you start your impact here, middle, and then it's coming up the face, you're going to get some weak ones. And then the biggest difference I would see, say, with fairway shots to the tee, is the tee shots, if you do tee it up low with a medium iron or lofted iron, you can play one shot, it's consistent. You know, you've got a consistent place to hit it from. You probably won't move ball position around that much, you'll do your one standard swing and use that. And that's where Jack Nicklaus' statement about using a tee, I think, is brilliant. On the ground, you do need to get used to, so I've got a wedge here, loft of a 9, say, and this ball is like in a little bit of a divot, or it's on a bit of sand, it's a little bit down in the ground, it's not sat nicely. You know, I would instantly start now just pushing the ball back, handle forward, weight forward, feel like I'm going to get the ball first and not interact with that turf, whatever it is, the scrabby turf before the ball. They're the intricacies that people are good at with irons from the ground. And obviously from a tee, you probably just won't need to do that because you can just get it off the ground. So your connection can be very ground unrelated, if that makes sense. Great question. It's a real, the more you can blend iron shots from the tee to the ground, the better. If you haven't watched my iron swing, driver swing, maybe check it out. I'll put a link down below, or it'll come up in a card on this video. It'll give you an idea of how they're not similar. But this discipline, you want to make them more similar.